Welcome to Your OC Sucks, the weekly podcast where we review and critique the best and the worst fan-created original characters from the My Little Pony fandom. This show is unscripted and unfiltered, so moderate language will be used. As well, the show can be a little heavy on the critique at times. That being said, if you're easily offended, don't watch. If not, feel free to join us for this week's show. This is episode 91 for December 18th, 2015. This week we kicked out Mummified, so you don't have to suffer through those terrible puns. My name is Commander Sparkle. I'm this week's show host and assistant project manager, and I'm joined by
Smooth Sailing, and I'm the editor.
Yeah, it's the two of us, two-man episode. Is gonna be a time, fun time or not, we don't know. We'll figure that out.
It'll be a time.
It'll be a time.
It'll probably be 45 minutes of time.
About that, yeah, I imagine. So, want to just delve straight into the fan arts stuff?
That sounds like a good idea.
Oh, I like that idea. You have any pieces you want to talk about in particular?
Let's see. First, though, there were a lot. I mean, at least in comparison to previous weeks.
Yeah. Last week it was like nothing.
The four original members of the EuroC Sucks got pieces from the Sun Booster. You're looking out at the sunrise. Medi and Mummified are at a table. Games?
Apparently?
And Mummified's missing his mustache.
Oh my god, it looks so strange.
Really funny.
And dude, you're a cup. You're a mug.
Yeah, I'm also working at the Rainbow Factory, apparently.
Oh.
Never read that story.
I've heard it's really not that good.
Like, how not that good? Like, morally not good, or just not well-written
like, not
story?
well-written.
Aww. That's funny,
like C-grade fanfiction.
Ouch. That's a freaking ad hominem right there. That's just an attack against the character. Come on, man. Get it together.
More poorly written than Cupcakes.
Ouch.
That's what I've heard. I haven't read it myself, because I'm not going to subject myself to it, but...
Yeah. Anyway.
But the song's good.
And the pieces of art that we got is good.
Yeah, but those are different things, though.
Yeah.
This is good. Let's see. I really like the piece we actually just got a little bit before this, the Why the Lawn Faces, where we are actual horses but still ROCs. It's all of the faces are just great. Like I normally don't see whenever I see pony OCs done in the style of real horses. You lose a lot of the charm, but fucking Radioactive Grass, they really managed to capture the emotions very well on horses. It's hilarious. Like, you have Mummified being all gruff and commandeering, just I am the leader of this troop, and then
Medi being all oh, I'm fabulous, totally, no,
and then you being a cheeky fuck, you just look at that cheeky fuck face, and Soren being
just
anime trash. That's all I imagine him saying, and then I'm apparently confused. I'm probably just scared of Mummified. I'm like, oh man, dude, this guy's serious. I don't know why he's so serious. We're just horses.
Oh.
It's a fun piece. I really like it.
Yeah. And all five of us got things from the Tardisidrus.
The Tardisidrus?
Yeah, random shipping-ish things.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that I'm with Rosie, I guess.
Yeah, that's the only one that I've never seen ever.
I mean, hey, they're right. I do really like Rosie's art, and I burn on the her OCs a lot. But
you do. It's true.
It's true. Because they're really good. I'm sorry.
It's true.
What am I supposed to do?
It's true. Yeah, oh, speaking of shipping, though, you also are apparently getting shipped with Katie Frog.
Yeah, that just sort of happened. It was they were in the fan call, and then suddenly people started calling and claiming people from the group, and she got me, and then I was just okay, it's a thing, and now there's art of it. It's cute.
It's true.
And we're both sort of just sitting there I don't know what to do, man.
You're just kind of sitting there with the I was the last one called face.
Yeah,
everyone was claimed before me. I was just the last pick for teams again. Soccer.
It's
Soccer.
It's middle school all over Great head. Cute Pencil Case has done a bunch of like 4 more of the winners and stuff of the OC's pieces.
Yeah, I was gonna bring those up, but then I realized, wait, all of the people who have won or gotten art in this week of things
not us.
have not won, or have not on this episode right now. So we can't personally talk about winning or losing.
I mean, I wasn't even on. I mean, I wasn't on any of that. I don't think
neither was I.
Oh yeah, you weren't on. Yeah.
Oh hey, Soren won both goods.
He did. I just want to really quickly just bring up the high-fiving cutie marks thing that Katie Frog drew, just because it's hilarious with Kikyo and Mummified, and just like slaps his butt, and it's just like, dude, I'm just high-fiving your cutie mark, man.
Yeah, you know.
Don't worry, man. It's okay. It's cool.
We've gotten a lot of good fan art this week and throughout
just
the other
a lot
weeks and stuff.
Fan art this week,
and hopefully we'll be able to talk more about fan art and stuff next week also.
Okay, so guess now we're gonna move on from the fan arts into the OCs. Got a die. Got a 4-sided die. How do we want to do this?
You want to take 1 and 2, and I'll take 3 and 4 because you're 2 and I'm 4, and it wouldn't really work to have one of us be odds and one of us be evens because both of us are usually evens.
Okay, we'll do it that way.
Cool.
Okay. Come on, don't make me go first. Oh, it fell. 4.
Dang it!
Ha! Suck it!
That perfectly got me too. That's the worst part.
Yeah, it would have gotten you anyways. Ha! Nerd.
Dang it! Well, whatever. 4 is a good number anyway. Anyway, hello. My name is Medi Bobo, and I'm bringing on Crimson Star Set by Rainbow Master 921. Crimson is actually Lucky Die's older sister from the live episode, I believe it was.
I think that was the live episode.
Yeah, that was the live episode.
One of them.
Definitely. When she was little, she was fascinated by Pegasi's capability of flight. So she used her brain power to make it, by the way, real quick, this is set in the same pirate AU as all of this person's other OCs that Medi usually brings on, but he's not here this week.
Yeah, that's what when you mentioned Lucky Die, I was like, that's why he said my name is Medi Popo. I understand.
Yep. I'm a good jokes.
He's the funniest.
She's incredibly intelligent and a very, very good inventor. She has invented plexiglass, rotary engines, sky gliders, and incandescent light bulbs, and many other things.
That's pretty impressive.
Finally, at the age of 17...
Is she a savant?
Probably, considering the fact that by the order of that which was said, that means she invented all of those things before the age of 17.
Yeah. Indeed.
That's freaking over the top as hell, and I love it. Go big or go home. And by go big, I mean when she was 17, she made a helicopter.
That's ridiculous.
And she got her cutie mark when she invented the light bulb.
So you're telling me she invented plexiglass, rotary engines, and sky glider before she decided she wanted to invent?
Well, I mean, that's probably out of order.
Probably.
Well, she definitely had to make the rotary engine before the helicopter.
Well, yeah, for sure.
And probably the plexiglass, too.
I'm wondering, just because you were saying how it seems like it's slightly in order. I wonder, like, was that the first thing she invented, or...
The light bulb was probably the first thing she invented. I mean, she definitely had to make it before the incandescent light bulb. And the 3 red stars represent the spark of creativity.
Yes.
And what's the hell is it called? The golden black thing around her neck. Those are her either flight or welding goggles.
What purposes?
Which she always has. I'm not sure if that's actually a multi-purpose thing. It just says that she always has flight/welding goggles. So it could be a multi-purpose. It could be one pair of two things.
Well, if she always has it, I feel like it would be the same thing, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, probably. I can't remember exactly because Medi's brought on so many of this person's OCs, but how over the top have they been in comparison to this kind of thing?
It's never usually this done in this way, but I feel like this person, they have sort of what I guess I would call sort of bombastic OCs, just where there's always just something just crazy and weird and unique about them that just is like, sometimes if it was done in like by other people or in other settings, it would just seem like dumb almost. But they pull it off for the most part, I think.
Yeah, I think I get what you mean. Yeah, bombastic more than over the top necessarily. You want to move on to aesthetics then?
Yeah. I mean, there's not too much to say about the backstory. It's like there's not much there. What's there? It seems good. Maybe expand upon it. That's all I'd really have to say.
Yeah. I really like her color palette.
Her color palette is nice. I enjoy it.
It's freaking beautiful. It seems just like a tiny bit dull in comparison to My Little Pony style, but
a little bit, but it's consistent, so that's good.
Yeah, it works really well with itself.
Yes. If you stuck it in the background of the show, it would look a little bit wonky in terms of color palette, but not too much.
I really like her mane and tail design.
I literally, like, pretty much those exact words I was about to say that.
Good, because that means that it freaking works.
It's like a little bit weird, admittedly.
Yeah.
And like I'm trying to understand how exactly it would work in a 3D model.
I have no idea.
Because it's a bit weird, but I like it, and I like the fact that it's sort of a consistent general style between the mane and tail, and you figured out how to make it work for both of those independently.
Freaking, you took the words right out of my mouth like I was freaking gonna, like I did to you.
I was like, what do you mean like I did? Yeah, like you did to me. Also, like with those goggles hanging around the neck, like when they're the right size for the eyes, but man, they just look way too big.
Yeah.
It puts it into perspective how big My Little Pony eyes are.
Yeah, they're freaking ginormous.
They
cover most of the neck.
Yeah, it covers. Not most of it. It covers all of the neck.
True.
Like, it's pretty redonk. I have no other words to describe it. Like, it fits, it works, and it makes sense, but it's just, like, makes me think about how ridiculous and over the top My Little Pony eyes are. I really like her eyelashes.
Yeah.
They're like a different style than is normally done, and there's just, like, the two, but it still, like, carries the weight of it, all of it.
Yeah. They're eyelashes, they do the job, and they stand out and are interesting. The only thing that I'd have to say, and it's really, really, really minor, I don't think there are such things as welding goggles. There's a welding mask.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
But I don't think there's just welding goggles.
Well,
I mean, considering the fact that the eyes are a very large portion of ponies' heads, as we were just talking about earlier, it works better than human goggles do. Still, should probably have a welding mask, not just goggles.
Yeah.
Having the darkened tint on a pair of flying goggles is probably
not a good idea.
No.
Maybe have like an attachment
Yeah.
or something.
Or just have a pair of goggles that you always have around, and then a welding mask for when you want to weld.
Yeah, or something like that.
And keep the welding mask with your welding stuff. That's what I'd do, probably. Overall, I really, really like her. There wasn't even a hell ton, but because of all the other things that Medi's brought on, so thank you, Medi.
Thanks, Medi.
It works a lot better because of context.
Yes.
Context. I really like this OC.
Good
color palette.
Pretty good.
Things working together.
I like the eyes.
I really like it.
Yeah. So is that your final words there, Smooth?
Yes.
Okie doke. So we will move on to my good OC. The good OC that I brought this week is Cottonwood. Cottonwood is a sort of main 6 age Pegasus who has nicknames of either Cotton or Fluff, or I'm assuming by close friends, Fluff Butt. Which I find that adorable. They're like just sort of like normal size, but a little bit thinner for like mares. But just to give a little bit of context, she really likes like the summer and this is like sort of like when everything's like nice and warm and everything like that. They like spicy food, people being considerate, and ice cream, because ice cream in the summer is fantastic. Dislikes the winter, because the cold, fuck the cold. Mischievous people, reckless fast flyers and racers and stuff like that, and being rushed. Cottonwood is what is known as a pollen pony, which sort of, I guess they sort of either help out or take the place of doing stuff that bees do with pollinating different flowers to help things grow, sort of maybe like an artificial selection kind of, but not quite, because they just sort of naturally just, I guess, it's not exactly explained how it works, but that's just sort of how I imagine it.
Considering the fact that freaking Pegasi control the weather in this
It's
universe,
everything is determined and artificial.
I think it makes more sense.
Yeah, no, I think it does. I think it does make some sense. Though I wonder what the fuck bees do.
Bees, they freeload like losers.
Fucking bastards. Oh, everyone's a freeloader. Jeez. Anyways, there aren't too many pollen ponies, so like she doesn't have too many in her line of work. But generally, she likes being alone while she works, so she's okay with this. She just enjoys like quietness and just doing things her own. So again, that it helps out. And this helps her because of the fact that she, like I said, doesn't like being rushed, because when she's being rushed, it like puts like pressure on her shoulders, and she just starts like sort of freaking out and becomes sloppy and making little tiny mistakes that she wouldn't normally make.
Yeah.
And normally her main like objective for every year, the first thing that or at least her first objective, is on the first day of summer she has to fly around and make the cottonwood fall off trees, which I don't know exactly what cottonwood is, because I mean, I don't know, I'm dumb.
Yeah,
but I assume it's a real thing.
I hope so.
And one of the reasons she really loves doing this is because it like simulates what snow looks like, but it's not cold. And I like that because I fucking hate the cold, but I like snow.
That's fantastic.
Also, unfortunately for her, she's actually allergic to some types of flowers and their pollen, which sometimes causes some difficulties on the job. But other than that, she really enjoys it. She's a delicate pony, which like I sort of get from just her general aesthetic. She's not like a tough, gruff, like go get 'em kind of character person pony. But she's not like shy. She just like she really likes talking to people, but she doesn't sort of. She gets like sort of not necessarily offended, but just like sort of hurt by people's words a little bit more easily, and sort of just tries to like avoid situations like that where she might have to deal with that. But she still loves talking to people.
So like delicate, as you said before, and kind of sort of sensitive.
Yeah, she's a delicate, sensitive type, but she's not like a shy and necessarily reserved type.
Yeah.
Which I like. Also, her cutie mark is a cottonwood plant, which represents her sort of love and talent of spreading it around her job and all that stuff like that. So, Smooth, what are your thoughts on this OC of mine that I brought?
I really like the concept. I don't think we've seen a pollinator pony before.
I don't think we have either, and that's one of the reasons I brought it, because it just like it's different.
Cool concepts.
Yay, people being actually kind of original. Whoa.
People taking a thing that just happens so naturally and that we don't even think about it in the real world, and then turning it on its head, being like, what if ponies controlled that?
Maybe just like a little bit more of like her actual story of like how she came into this like profession, or found out that she liked doing this.
Yeah.
That's about all I can personally ask for. You want to move on to the aesthetics?
Sure.
This pony's really cute. I really like the color palette. It's very like sort of pastel, just sort of like almost like it's almost in your face how pastel it is, but it's still pleasing on the eyes. It's a pretty good description of it, right?
I kind of get it. Yeah.
It's just like I am pastel. But it's not actually like overpowering. Because I've seen some ponies that are too pastel. But I like this one. It's good.
Yeah.
Also, I like how the mane and tail sort of like represent sort of clumps of cotton.
Yeah, it works really well. Freaking fluffy like a cloud, or like cotton.
Also, eyebrows. Do you not like eyebrows?
Medi, you're not winning any points with me. I don't care about eyebrows. Medi's the one who always cares about eyebrows.
I know that you're not the one who cares about eyebrows, but they're cute.
You're not winning any points with me, Medi.
Are we both Medi this episode? Hi, I'm Medi, and welcome to Your OC Sucks.
Hi, I'm Medi, and I hate Your OC Sucks.
But I like the eyebrows, though, because I feel like it helps to accentuate the expression of just sort of, like, content cuteness that she's given off. Also, those eyes are adorable.
Yeah, they are.
I kind of want to see, like, the cutie mark actually on her flank, just to see exactly how it would look.
Yeah, and, since Medi isn't here, I'll have to say it for him, but, you shouldn't have outlines in your cutie mark.
I was literally just totally doing that, like, right as you said, since Medi's not here, I was like, I know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Which,
general rule, yeah, probably don't put outlines in the cutie mark.
I think it kind of works for the cotton, but I would avoid it on the leaves.
I don't think you have to have it on the cotton either, because, well, I mean, since the character is so surrounded in the cotton ideal, named Cottonwood,
That's true. Because one thing that I was just sort of thinking is that it looks like the green is just a bit more saturated than everything else. So I was
freaking the episode of "I'm going to say what you're about to say before you say it" episode.
It's perfect because we're totally in sync. But yeah, that's the only like aesthetically, it's the only real complaint I can think about.
Yeah.
I like the
eyes are freaking gorgeous. I mean, we've said it before. But
it's true. That blue is really nice. I like that blue.
Yeah,
it looks really great against like the sort of, what would you call that? Like a peach?
Cream.
What?
Tan, cream, beige.
Beige. I think like a light beige. Yeah. This pony is first off adorable. I really like their like character. I can't really say their backstory because I don't know the backstory. It's the only real thing that I'd say to add. It's really fun though. I like it's great. It's cute. Good OC. Moving on to the bad OCs because we finished up those good OCs. Go smooth.
This is Meadow. Meadow was raised to be a plant growing and organization. Meadow's family works in plant growing and organization for like things like you know, when weddings and stuff happen, they're like, I want flowers everywhere. You need to decorate it for me.
Florist?
They're the people who specifically do that.
I'm trying to think of what there's a word for that.
A floral designer?
I guess.
I know that's an actual job. I'm not sure if that's the right job.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll go with it.
But as when she was like a really, really, really young, like a baby and stuff like that, people thought that she'd be like, oh no, she'll ruin everything, and she didn't.
Oh wow.
And she didn't.
Kids not ruining things?
Yeah. Seriously.
It's a miracle.
And she got really
Christmas miracle.
Yeah, seriously. Speaking of, but she was really interested in the stuff, so she grew up wanting to learn about it and grew up wanting to do it, sort of. So she decided to help when she had gotten old enough to actually help, but she wasn't as creative as her parents were, and the design aspect of it just wasn't working out for her. So she went to a wedding to help place those flower arrangements with her parents, and noticed that one of the flowers had wilted while the arrangement was going on, and it wasn't just able to be taken out. So she used her magic to try to move the flower, but instead of taking it and moving it, she restored it to perfect health.
This OC is playing God.
Hey, it's plants, so it's okay. It's not sentient life, so it's okay.
Plants are still alive, Smooth.
Shh. You don't know that.
No, we do know that, Smooth.
So that boosted her confidence. All of a sudden making a flower alive again, and she got her cutie mark in bringing flowers back to life. Nice. Revitalization is what it actually is. After that, she started practicing that a lot more on small flowers and stuff to all like big trees and stuff. A forest nearby had been like burned down completely or something like that. So she was just like, with my newfound powers and practice and all that, I'll restore this forest. Oh, I only got a little tiny bit.
Oh, wait, I can't just immediately do that.
Oh, this is a very big forest. Oh, I'm not some alicorn god. I can't just instantly heal an entire forest. This is going to take a few years, isn't it? So she was a little disappointed in that, but also determined. Because it's a good cause.
Learn from failure.
She's helping, and it's a good cause. She couldn't just instantly do it, but she can do it with time. And I think that's really admirable.
Yeah.
And she joined a... No, wait. What's that? Yeah. She joined a firefighting group to help with forest repairs and stuff. Cool. She obviously doesn't do firefighting itself. She does more of the repairs afterward, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because of that, she feels a little lesser than the rest of the team since they're actually firefighting, and she's just kind of sort of a bit of cleanup. And she also feels that her friends are in a lot more danger than she is because,
probably
they're
true. They probably are in a lot more danger. They're fighting fires.
And she is considered the calmest one in the group, but she's really paranoid for their safety. And that's Meadow.
I like it. And one of the things I particularly like about this is that it's sort of like a lot of OCEs, it's either that they just sort of follow in the footsteps of their parents or completely diverge from their parents. But this OC, it's like one of the general aspects of what their parents do, they carry along, but they are doing it, like taking that in a different direction.
Yes.
Which I think is unique.
I freaking love concepts like that, and I really like this Good Part 2 pony.
Yeah, okay, and that's my question to you, Smooth. What about this made it on the Good Part 2?
I'm gonna move this flower. Oh wait, I healed it to full health. What?
Yeah, doesn't magic, now, I'm just gonna get into some, sort of theory of how stuff works in the My Little Pony universe and how magic may work, and how I would imagine it would work, is that you cast, you have an idea of what you're trying to do set in, or, in your mind, and then you try to do that. I can't imagine that you'd try to do one thing and then suddenly become God.
Yeah, going on to the looks, I'm not feeling very strongly about it.
Yeah.
It seems a little too desaturated for... Well, she is almost like a sort of melancholy sort of pony, I guess.
Maybe? I don't know.
Comparison to pastel Everyone's Happy Land,
yeah.
She seems sadder in comparison, yeah, but
Picture makes it look really sad.
Yeah.
Like, really, it's...
I feel like most of the times she probably isn't just sad, though.
No, I imagine that most of the time she's not.
I think her color palette, in general, not the cutie mark. The cutie mark maybe could be desaturated a little bit.
Yeah.
But the rest of her color palette could be brightened up, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not... Yeah, because I'm not sure about...
and saturated a little bit?
Yeah, the saturation I'd maybe wait to see, but I'd try brightening it up a little bit first and then seeing where that takes you.
Pastel colors. We still don't know how they work.
They're
We're almost
weird.
at 100 episodes.
We don't know color theory.
It's true.
What exactly is the cutie mark like?
It's probably like either green energy sort of thing or like stalks of plants.
I was sort of thinking maybe the green energy, but my biggest problem with the cutie mark is it doesn't really convey what the special talent is, and maybe you can kind of like throw in some words that sort of like kind of explain it from what that is. But I mean, I think you could maybe do something a little bit different. You don't have to be very like super literal of showing like a flower like being reconstructed or something like that. You could do that if you want.
Yeah.
But I just don't quite. I'm not feeling the cutie mark as it is right now.
Yeah.
It's about all I can really say. I wish I knew a better idea of what to do.
I do too, because I feel like it just showing a flower being revitalized is like, I feel like that'd be too complex for a cutie mark and also way too literal.
Yeah.
Way too generalized. Or specialized.
That was like the opposite of generalized.
Yeah.
Because I like the concept. I'm trying to think of how to like put it into a cutie mark form.
Yeah. Try a lot of concepts maybe.
Yeah.
Ask around. Ask a bunch of people being like, okay, how would a revitalization... Maybe, like... I don't know, maybe, like, look up things in Thesaurus for synonyms for, revitalization. Or, like, maybe, like, a green lightning bolt sort of thing that you usually... Or, like, usually it's yellow, but, that you usually see for, like, power sources and stuff like that. Maybe. For, like, charging... batteries.
I don't know. It's really it's tricky. It's a tricky one.
But I really like this OC. There are things to fix about it, but I think technically like most OCs have a lot of things to fix about it. So if this one only has like a few things to fix about it, I think it's really good.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next OC and the last OC.
Whoa!
Commander.
We have me. The OC that I brought this week is Lightning Hooves. Lightning Hooves was raised in the city of Cloudsdale, and if you couldn't guess, he's a Pegasus.
A Pegasi.
He is a Pegasi. He is a collective Pegasi. Both of his parents are weather ponies, and they sort of like strive to have their son be a weather pony as well. And so since foalhood, he was sort of forced to learn everything that he could about weather, but he enjoyed pretty much all of it. But after passing his exams to get into the sort of weather school, he started working on cloud retrieval and storm kicking. And it was then that he sort of discovered that he loved creating thunderstorms. Yet even after doing everything he could to get his cutie mark in weather, it has never come, and he is now in his sort of young adult stage. It's like, okay, so he's doing all this weather stuff. His parents are weather ponies. He likes doing stuff with weather. He seems to be good at it and enjoy it. Is there a reason he doesn't have his cutie mark? Could you just not figure out a good design for a cutie mark? Or a story? If that's the case, just say that. Be like, hey, this is a work in progress. I'm going to do this later.
Yeah.
If not, then what's the reason?
Yeah, his name is Lightning Hooves, and he already loves creating thunderstorms. It seems pretty one-sided so far.
Yeah, it seems like there's a reason. Like, it seems like we know what his cutie mark should be.
Yeah.
That's about all I can really say on the backstory, and sounds like it's about all you got to say on it as well. So let's move on to aesthetics. Now, there's one thing about this OC that really jumped out at me and said, hey, you should pick me.
Hey, look, his name is Lightning Hooves.
And there's a reason.
Not
because
wrong.
his hooves are literally like, have lightning on them.
Why?
And I don't get it.
Why?
It doesn't make any sense. It's not even mentioned at all in the story, and I just am sitting there like, wouldn't this be something that you'd like mention? Like, did the kids at school actually like just accept him for this? Like,
for what reason?
I don't understand it.
I don't either.
I just don't get it. Like, I don't get why. Why does he need to literally have lightning hooves? Was his like coat charred and then somehow lightning patterns appeared, or was he born like that? I mean, that would explain why his name is Lightning Hooves.
Yeah,
I guess.
I think he may have been born with that. That happening after birth, it just seems a little too Destiny for Destiny.
Past that, I mean, it's a white and black OC, I guess. It's better than black and red. Their coat's a bit too white. And by too white, it looks like it's pure white, but it's a little bit hard to tell with the size of the picture and the JPEG format.
He's white and gray. White and gray is fine. I just wish it wasn't black outlines, because it makes it a little difficult.
Yeah. That's not too bad. I like the eye color seems all right. I mean, it's nothing about it like stands out and makes me think like, oh, this is a beautiful eye color. But I mean, it's not like it's not like clashing or bad or anything like that. So it is good. The mane and tail, they look like Ponymaker tail, like mane and tail. Like
they are.
I was gonna say, I was like, those look very much like manes and tails I've seen.
No, they are.
Time and time before.
I mean, maybe edited a little bit.
Yeah. But... Which we, as we saw on like our third episode, you can do take those like designs and modify them and actually make them turn out really great.
Yeah.
In this case, it sort of doesn't quite do it. I mean, it's not bad, but they don't feel... They feel too dissimilar. It's not like... They don't really quite match up.
Yeah, the mane and tail look like they shouldn't be on
They look like they should
pony.
be on two different ponies.
Yeah.
I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Because anything else would pretty much just be reiterating things we've already said.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess final words for this one, I guess?
Sure.
Okay, so final words. I mean, overall, it's like, an okay concept, but I would figure out what you're doing with the cutie mark and explain it if you're, like, what you're doing at the very least, and then do something or really explain something with those hooves, because those are the two main things that are really standing out with this OC, and not in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about it. So yeah, that's
moving on.
That's all of the OCs for this week. We can move on. What's is the next voting? Straight to voting.
Next part is voting.
Sweet voting section. Yay! So, for the good this week, I brought on Cottonwood by Dexy Doodles, and then Smooth brought on Crimson Starset by Rainbow Master 921 or 921. So sort of just for me,
I get first vote because I went first.
Oh yeah.
But dang it, I really don't want first vote.
You don't. I mean, I sort of figure it's like sort of a more of a discussion format than like a voting necessarily.
Yeah. I see that. Man, freaking, I like both of them a lot.
I like both of them. I am a bit partial to mine, but
I'm
I
a
like
bit partial
yours.
to mine. I like yours.
Damn it! Damn you!
Here we go again.
I'm just trying to think of a way to explain why mine should win and you should suck. Your OC is great, but why you should suck.
I feel like we should just both say, hey, I'm gonna vote for my own, and then we'll just go into rock, paper, scissors.
Okay,
let's
do
be
that.
honest, that's how it's gonna go.
Let's do that. Since we haven't been convinced, we'll do rock, paper, scissors. I think that's a good idea. Ready?
Yep.
Okay. On shoot.
Uh-huh.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. What'd you get?
I was gonna throw out paper, but instead I threw out scissors.
And I threw out rock.
Yep.
I was like, is Smooth gonna throw out the scissors? Is he gonna do it?
I wasn't going to, and then I did. Thanks.
Ha!
Thanks, Body.
The winner of Good OC this week, then, is myself, bringing Cottonwood by Dexy Doodles. Now, on to the bad OCs, where I brought on Lightning Hooves by Dragon Rider 95463, and Smooth brought on Meadow by Grovile Fangirl 1997. Okay, so, I feel like there's not going to be as much of a discussion on this one, because while your OC that you brought, there are a couple flaws, a couple things wrong. We're like, this is gonna be a little bit better. Fix this little thing, but I feel like the flaws on mine are a little bit more.
Yeah, freaking your OC. Welcome to Commander Wins, the episode.
Yay! I'm sorry, Smooth. Moving on to the next part of the show. Is it questions right now?
Yeah, questions.
Okay, so
real quick, an informal question sort of thing, I guess, since I haven't answered the what's your favorite historical time period, and Mehdi wants all of us to answer it for some reason. The Middle Ages, I guess.
Middle Ages suck.
They're not the freaking screw you. Yes, it's 1,000 whole freaking years, and it's really, really general. A lot of things happen.
The fact that it sucks.
It shouldn't have been called the Dark Ages because a lot of things happened. Just because the plagues happened like 17 different times, killed millions of people.
Just because they suck.
It was a good time.
Okay. No, it wasn't a good time for me.
Anyway, real
There's
question.
A lot of bad things.
A real formal question now, sort of.
Okay, you want to do all those?
Yeah, sure. This is sort of like 3 different questions, but we're going to form it into one because they're all so easy sort of thing. From the Tardisidrus, choosing between these 2 things each at a time, which would you choose? Good or evil? Invisibility or flight? Time control or regeneration?
Okay.
So are we just going to go back and forth in these then?
You want to do it that way? I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. That's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Between good and evil, I mean, I'm a bit partial to good. Now, that's just
same.
that's me. Like, and it's not like I don't care about like what like everyone else thinks about is good, but it's like my good. What I think is just and should be good.
Wow.
I'm like an anti-hero.
I don't want to do wrong by people. I don't want to make anyone mad.
Hey, I don't want to either. I just my definition of good and just might be slightly different than some people's.
I just don't want to make anyone mad.
Okay, so we're both on the good side.
Yeah, it looks like.
Also, you'll make the evil people mad.
Yeah, but.
But screw them.
Not if I don't do anything to them. Anyway, invisibility or flight?
I think I'm kind of leaning towards invisibility. Flight would be really cool, but I don't know. I feel like I'd pull a lot of pranks with invisibility.
Wow, jerk.
I'm a douche.
It would depend on like what the parameters for flight were. If it was like Superman flight, then flight. If it was like a bird flight, maybe flight. If it was like a person with wings flight, probably not flight. Because birds can fly a lot better than humans can, and Superman can fly a lot better than anything can.
I was like, pretty much better than anything. He can stop the world from spinning.
Time control or regeneration?
Regeneration. Because time control is cool, and I like time control, but time control gets weird and iffy, and you can fuck things up really easily. And then for regeneration doesn't mean that like you're immortal, so you can still die, because I think that being immortal would not be a good thing for the most part. immortality. It's like, it'd be good at first, and then you realize that you're immortal, and you're like, fuck. But with regeneration, it's like, if I accidentally do something, or something accidentally happens and I get fucked up, I'll be okay.
I would probably do time control, honestly. Because, man, freaking... time. I want more.
Dude.
I want more.
But time control maybe
freaking...
for the pausing of time I might like.
Yeah, I feel like I would only actually do it for... No, I'd obviously be tempted and therefore would do it for other things, but main reason is pausing time, because I just need a second sometimes. Like, freaking everyone's... Commercials are always like, just pause things for a second and look at our product. And I'm just like, no, I want to actually pause things, because there's so much crap always going on.
But okay, so those are the questions that we had. Do you want is the next thing the plugs? Okay, so if you want to submit any more questions, because apparently we don't have too many, or submit OCs or fan art, or just say things to us and stuff, you can find us at some links that Smooth here will tell you all about. You can send those things to us on DeviantArt at eurocsucks.deviantart.com, on Twitter at eurocsucks, our Gmail, which is eurocsuckspodcast@gmail.com, and on our Tumblr, that is eurocsuckspodcast.tumblr.com. Okay, sounds great. It's been a fun episode. It's just you and me. Next week, I believe we are going to be returning, at least briefly, I don't know exactly the plan, but to a 4-man thing for our...
4 or 5, because it's Christmas! Most likely case, we're going to do the same thing we did last year, where we are going to... Each of us are going to bring on one good winter or Christmas-themed pony, and then the episode after that is the New Year's episode, where we will take a look back at all of the OCs that we picked for 2015, and each of us, depending on who's on the episode, I really doubt it'll be all 5 of us, which is too bad. But,
I mean, I'm totally available if you guys are. So
I'll hopefully be available, but I'm not sure if all 5 of us will be. Point being, though,
that
all of us will bring on one OC that we thought was the best OC of the year, and one that we thought was the worst of the year, or just want to bring on for bad OC for some reason or another.
So that's been this episode. It's been a fun time. I've been your temporary host, Commander Sparkle, and I was joined by...
Smooth Sailing.
And your OC Sucks.